Live stream completed. Was about to be on live. I didn't take that. Yeah, I'd rather have good quality than bad quality. I wasn't even gonna fuck around with that Wi-Fi because that would have been all on me if we got disconnected or they saw bad quality or heard bad quality. That would have been all on me. That would have been my decision to go live Wi-Fi or Ethernet.
Real question though, who the hell would end up making freaking both Silent Hill and freaking Metal Gear Solid if that was true?
Well, I don't know.
I actually have a question. Who's PS5 only? Is he an insider?
No. Just
He's
just a random Twitter account that got popular based off of speculations and rumors and regurgitating the same information that other professionals have told him first. It's kind of like Salty Gaming. I literally saw Salty Gaming post the same statistics from Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales that Insomniac had posted 8 hours previously. But people would think that a Salty Gamer has information that nobody else has. Literally, it was posted by the developer themselves. I mean, if you want to like it and say, oh, okay, he's giving me information. Well, to be honest, if you follow the developer, the studio, you're going to get that information yourself. So that's the type of situation we're dealing with. Do I like to make sure people have the facts? Yeah, but I'm not going to fucking claim this information is mine. I'm going to say, hey, I got it from this person. I got it from this person. This is what I heard from this person. I'm not claiming none of this shit. I just want to help people. Okay, we're back. I just wanted to make sure the quality was good. I'm not trying to ever go live with Wi-Fi. I don't like doing that. Even if I'm the only person using the Wi-Fi, I feel more comfortable using the Ethernet. That way, if something was to ever go wrong, I'm not taking the blame. It would either be Verizon or something fucked up with YouTube or Streamlabs, which I had updated the day before yesterday. We're all good. Let's break this news. I'm going to be heading over to Twitter. And because I'm a human being, please give me a little bit of time to fix my breakfast so I can not die. So we're going to go pull open Twitter in 4G. And I want True Witty to cover this so I can go get my breakfast.
Hold on. So Sony said to announce Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill game very soon.
Yes, that's the rumor, not a confirmation. A rumor, source unknown.
Yeah, but it's on.
I know where source it's on. Unknown. I put it in the rumor section of the PlayStation Legion Discord with the salt shakers.
Yeah, Pop Topics.
No.
Pop Topics.
Wait up.
It's an article.
It's in what section of the PlayStation Legion Discord is it at? Topics?
I see it on a website called Pop Topics.
Oh, you're talking about a website where you. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, that would be Popular Topics. But I don't know. I have no idea who Topics is.
According to a source close to Sony, a new Metal Gear Solid game and Silent Hill video game will be announced very soon, and Hideo Kojima is involved. What the hell's going on?
You want an answer, or you just got asked questions?
No, I don't.
No, I can give you an answer. I can give you a real answer, and I can give you an answer that everybody in the gaming community wants.
I know what it is. It's all speculation.
No, that's JayTech's answer. You know, the community answer is, and JayTech number 2, going down the rabbit hole, JayTech. I give you the rabbit hole JayTech answer, which everybody just listening to the sound of my voice gonna love. Possibility, 100%. So it's possible to happen. Rabbit hole JayTech answer. Rabbit hole meaning you go down all the speculations, you start believing everybody and everything. That's what rabbit hole means to me. Let's go down the rabbit hole and give the answer to the community and the people that came back. Thank you so much that want to hear it. Sony has the capital, the market share, and money to make a deal with Konami or go out and acquire Konami and Kojima and have them work for them. That is 100% possible. It could be a surprise acquisition due to the fact that they are both Japanese studios. If anybody could get these guys back together and get back to work making some of the games that we love, it would only be Sony. Don't expect Microsoft to pull out some fucking miracle. Oh, let's get Konami and Kojima together and get them to make Silent Hill, Metal Gear. No, they don't have that type of relationship. Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill are only still talked about specifically because they started on PlayStation. You know how a Nintendo fan will tell you, I hope the next character for Smash Brothers is Crash and Spyro because they want the official PlayStation All-Stars. I'm sorry. They called the game shit that we got. It's true, it is shit. We didn't get Cloud, we didn't get Crash and Spyro. But they believe that their game is the ultimate PlayStation All-Stars. Even though everybody will tell you the game is bad, they're still trying to replicate what we had. So, they were happy when they got Cloud, even though Final Fantasy VII started on PlayStation. They were happy when they got Persona, even though if you look back in the history books, all mainline Persona games, PlayStation exclusives. And that is coming from PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, Vita, PSP, and 5 eventually, right? So, and then who else they got? They got Snake, they got Snake, Cloud, and Persona, right? So people say, hey, they got a PlayStation All-Stars, but they're still looking for the real ones. All of these characters got started on PlayStation. Name recognition, PlayStation. They're popular because of PlayStation. Whether they end up anywhere else, PlayStation did the heavy work, right? Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid, you would not be able to bring them back from the past if it's not for PlayStation. I want y'all to remember one thing. Crash came back after 10 years because PlayStation went to Activision to try to reinvigorate the hype, the magic behind Crash. That's why we didn't get a new Crash game. We got 1, 2, and 3 first, because those are regarded as the best ones. Where did the best ones start at? PlayStation. Same shit with Spyro. Where were the very first best Spyro the Dragon games created? PlayStation. So again, I do believe the rumor that PlayStation will be able to facilitate some sort of project to bring back Metal Gear and Silent Hill, because you would need to talk to Konami. You would have to talk to Kojima. I believe Kojima is all on board. Obviously, he's not cool with working with Konami, but if you go out and acquire Konami and just own the IP and just let Konami, the other branch, fuck off wherever they want, then it's a possibility. Because you own the company and now you own the IPs, you can pass it back to Kojima and have him get back to work. So it's a 100% possibility. Do I think it will happen? I don't know. I'm not in their meetings. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But if it's anybody that could get this to work, it is PlayStation. You just look back a couple generations and see where the game started out and see where the hottest memories were. The hottest memories for Metal Gear Solid were PlayStation. 1, 2, 3, and 4 were exclusive to PlayStation until they made the collection and they put it on 3DS, PSP and Vita, Xbox 360. But they only got 2 and 3. They didn't get 1 and 4. PlayStation had got a complete collection.
One of 4 is still exclusive.
Exactly. I was about to say the PlayStation had got a completely different type of collection, like a legacy collection. It included 1, 2, 3, 4, the VR missions, the Peace Walker for the PSP, which again I failed to mention that the PSP
ones are exclusive.
Yeah, the ones, those went over somewhere else too. Like the first Peace Walker was available in the Xbox 360 and Nintendo collection, but 2 wasn't, to the best of my knowledge. They only had access to that one.
I don't
So,
want it to happen no more, Jay.
what's up?
Honestly, I don't want it to happen no more.
You don't want Metal Gear and Silent Hill to happen anymore?
Not Metal Gear. Silent Hill, yeah. Honestly, Metal Gear, I just think when companies start being dicks and it's just like ring around the rosy or just rumors and nobody says something, that gives me the feeling that companies cannot agree on something, right? And usually what that happens is when companies can agree on something, here's what happens. Disagreements occur, and what they do, they do some what's the word, shady shit, and then another platform will get it. I could see that happening with Konami
Look,
because Konami is really good
I'm
at that.
gonna be honest with you. I agree 100% what you just said. But Konami would be stupid if they were able to. Yeah, if they would be able to give it to another platform. The biggest reason why I believe it's a 100% possibility, what I said could go down that way, is because it's straightforward. It's not only Kojima. It's even if you wanted to say, fuck you, Kojima. I want PlayStation to have the IP, but I want them to pick this studio, and this studio. You could be a consultant, but I don't want you to work on it. Right? PlayStation wouldn't allow that to happen because you would piss off Kojima, which you feel that
Plus,
you need.
he made the fucking game.
Exactly. So, if it would go down the fuck Kojima route, but still work with PlayStation, if you would to change the company and you would go to Nintendo or you would go to Xbox, if it's still fuck Kojima, right?
Mm-hmm.
What studios that are a part of Nintendo and Xbox can quickly get a Metal Gear or a Silent Hill game out in the next 4 years instead of in the next generation? You see what I'm talking about? I don't believe they have capable studios to get any other project under their wing to get a game like that out. Because all of them are busy. And their busy is a lot different than PlayStation Studio busy. Where we already know they're made up of 2 or maybe more teams. And one of those people is Insomniac. So I'm not saying go with PlayStation based off of me being a PlayStation gamer. I'm saying go with PlayStation because they have enough studios, competent, skilled people that can get that shit out in the time frame you obviously want it out. Team Asobi revealed their official website today. Looks beautiful. It's basically Sony Japan without them saying it. Talking about that they're focused in Tokyo and this and that. They have confirmed that they're working on a very ambitious new IP. I don't know what it is, but I feel like whatever it is day one. They have proven themselves with Astro's Playroom and all of the other ones and stuff like that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is it a new IP for them or a new IP in general? A lot of people aren't asking that question.
Well, let me go to Twitter and read the official quote, right? So let me see.
But remember, keep in mind, if you work on existing games, it'll be a new IP to you, but it's not a new IP in general. You have to clarify that as well.
Wait up, you mean it could be a new IP to me, but not a new IP in general?
Like, you know when bitches upload
Okay,
pictures,
I
like,
apologize.
Oh,
they did not confirm new IP. This is the quote. Most ambitious game yet.
Yeah, Jay, I'll give you examples. You know when bitches post old photos of themselves, but you never seen them when they be like old to you,
but
new to you, but old to me.
Yeah.
I like that. So that's why when I first heard it, I'm
so
like,
they not. So okay, I apologize, guys. They didn't confirm a new IP. They just said they're creating the most ambitious game yet. It's no information on if the game is old to us or new to us. It's just most ambitious game yet. Now I want to say Konami would still have to have a really good relationship with PlayStation, because the game in question, the studio in question, which is Team Asobi, featured Snake from Metal Gear with his outfit as a little Astrobot with the box. And then they also feature Conehead from Silent Hill. You still gotta ask to use those. You see what I'm saying? Also, in the same game, there was an Easter egg for Death Stranding, with Sam holding a lot of boxes in the form of an astrobot. So, again, this game had a lot of people in it, Easter eggs together. And I feel like if Konami still had that grudge with Kojima, they probably would just say no to using Snake, and Snake and Conehead from Silent Hill and Metal Gear in the same game, where Kojima's Sam from Death Stranding will be featured as an Easter egg. All of these are Easter eggs, not like playable characters or equipable outfits. They're all just Easter eggs. So again, it's a dope thing, man. There's a lot of people on Twitter, a lot of speculations. There's no confirmations. No insiders have confirmed anything at all. I don't really have any confirmations, but this is what people are saying. And
when you said the grudge, that's good, because remember, when the Japanese have a grudge, they have a grudge. That shit is not going away, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I agree on that. But and another thing people fail to realize is the IPs themselves, right? They have to think about who owns them in a relationship. Like you said, only Sony would be able to bring that shit back.
Exactly. Really. You're not gonna allow an American company to get between a grudge between you and you and Kojima. And I want you to also remember, Japan is on lockdown, so I don't see fucking whether you're gonna do the new way, which is video calls and conference calls. I still don't see you having a good line of communication with somebody that's already in Japan. You got to remember, Kojima is working out of the Sony building in Japan, so you already got one piece. You just got to bring the other one over there. Oh, PlayStation got a lot of money now, especially when we're talking about Japanese money. They could get somebody that's obviously struggling, which is Konami, and just own them. If that's what you feel you have to do to get the IPs you need, just get them.
No, I was telling you already. I was like, Sony is not going to just buy the studios. Instead, they will buy the IPs, because remember, the IPs are stronger than the studio. Because once you own the IPs, what the fuck can the studio do? You own their shit. Mm-hmm. So it's like, that's like Insomniac. If they were
this is the main question you got asked. What is the value of Konami in the eyes of video gamers currently? What have they produced that we can remember?
Not really much. Remember, they're more living off legacy.
I understand. They're living off legacy. They're living off their Plinko chips machines. I know. But I'm talking about gamers. I don't give a fuck about legacy. I don't care about gambling fucking machines. What have they made for gamers? Video games that we play and we say are good.
Nothing recently.
Nothing. Since Metal Gear Solid 5, which a lot of people say they don't like compared to 4.
Yeah, that shit was ass, bro. Even I can say that. And you know how I am.
Okay, so they went down.
I'm a Metal Gear fan, and I also think that shit was shit.
Okay, so there we go. They were trying to milk that game. What would I do if I was Sony of Japan? Acquire Konami, and by that point you own a whole slew of IPs you didn't already own. I think people need to think about that. Same shit happened with Insomniac. People say Sunset, but you also got to think about the VR games that Insomniac put on PC.
Oh yeah,
so you now own those IPs. If you was to own Konami, you own a slew of IPs. Now you have Kojima's, let's say, good graces currently, because there's no confirmation of an acquisition. But then they're basically in a bank. Get them, acquire Kojima, have Kojima as the president of the new Konami branch inside of PlayStation, and all will be right with the world.
No, they will have a fucking fit.
Huh?
They will have a fucking fit.
It wouldn't matter because guess what? Guess what? It wouldn't matter because you own them.
But remember, if people leave, you still need them staff to work on the game.
Bro, let me put it this way. You think that old motherfuckers that are not producing any games for gamers to remember over the last 5 or 6 years, you think that we're going to care about them? No. PlayStation can easily staff that fucking shell of a company up to get the other games out there, bro. It might take a while, but I'd rather that situation than, like you see right now, Konami barely survived last gen. I don't know what they gonna do this gen. They've gone back to their roots of smaller games. Like that one we saw from they putting on the Switch, and then there was another game. Like, yeah, you're right, they're living off their legacy, but I don't know if that's gonna make them a lot of money.
Not really. And the reason I say not really is because, remember, if they
You
do
either
license
become
out
something bigger, become a part of something bigger, or you fucking die alone. Simple as that. You can die alone.
JayTech has no mercy when it comes to his games. That's what I like about JayTech.
Well, I mean, it's true though, right? Because let me put it this way: you own Metal Gear, right?
I know,
but you couldn't get somebody to make a remaster or a port or a remake. But you haven't really did anything major in the last 4 or 5 years, so you own the IP. But you know, if you do anything else with that IP, people are just gonna give you the middle finger because the person that made it what it is,
is not there.
Oh, you refuse to work with.
You got proof about that, Jay. Remember Metal Gear Survive?
Yep. People hated that game.
That shit was marketed by Xbox, and even Microsoft stopped marketing that shit because it was like, oh shit, the gamers don't like this shit. That's a smart thing they did. They stopped marketing that game. That game was just like zombie shit or whatever that shit was, and I'm like, Metal Gear Survive, like Metal Gear. It's not Metal Gear, bro. Metal Gear is mostly like stealth and tactical, and you could go out guns blazing, but that's mainly a stealth game. But that's like shit like that. Rainbow Six and all that. So I don't know what they were thinking when it came to that. But yeah, I just think Konami gonna come right. Money was the thing.
Exactly.
And we go back to the Scarlett Johansson shit that happened last year. I mean, last week, right?
Well, I've been her fun now.
No, jeez.
No, she's suing Disney because she's not getting the money right then and there from the Disney Plus, right? The Rock came out. You know that Jungle Cruise movie him and Emily Blunt is in? They know that movie shit. He got paid $22 million to do the movie. Emily Blunt got $9 million. People say it's a gender gap. Let it be a gender gap.
It is.
The Rock is bigger than Emily Blunt. I'm sorry. The value to him to get him on something like that everybody knew was gonna be a flop. Yeah, you better pay him a lot because he's gonna fucking say no. Nobody would even spend a dime if they got any other male character to be in that movie. That's all I'm gonna say. It was one of the goofiest movies he's probably ever been in the last 10 years.
And that nigga was in Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, he was in Tooth Fairy. Exactly. So, long story short, he came out with his production studio and said he's not taking legal action against Disney. It's perfectly all right what they're doing if they want to keep the money. Why? Because he's still making money. He teamed up with WB to do a superhero movie. He's a part of fucking Disney with the Mulana movie. Why would he fuck up the royalties from Mulana? And then he just did this fucked up Disney movie. He don't give a fuck. He making money, bro. So that's why I'm saying don't burn your bridges if you don't gotta burn your bridges. And I think Konami burnt their bridge with Kojima, and they shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, she's suing Disney.
Yeah, she's suing Disney.
So you said she's suing Disney because she's not getting the royalties from Disney Plus?
No, that's not confirmed. No. She will get the royalties. She just doesn't want to wait. She wants the
she wants the money right now?
Yeah, she wants the revenue they're making. So the movie on Plus, listen, the movie on Disney Plus made $60 million. She wants $50 million of that revenue.
She's bugging the fuck out.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Wait, why would you settle for just revenue, bro? Like
because she's broke and the ticket sales were low. Because we're still in a pandemic, and from what I heard, some people say they didn't like the movie. I thought it was all right. I didn't have anything bad to say about it, but a lot of people didn't see the movie. And if a lot of people don't see the movie, you don't make a lot of money off the ticket sales, and you're not making a lot of money. And you're not even. Let me be honest. You had to share the spotlight with at least 5 other actors on screen. So you had to split that. You're not that big to sell the movie yourself. That's why they brought in multiple actors, as well as your replacement, which is AKA your sister that we never knew. She is going to be the new Marvel Universe Black Widow. So I know she felt some type of way. Finally acknowledging maybe she was bored and she watched the movie that they literally killed her off with no plan to bring her back. But actually they can bring her back because they're doing the multiverse theory. So why would you fuck up your way to come back and make even more money by suing Disney now? Don't burn your bridges, people. Don't do it. Don't do it.
She's stupid.
Look at Konami. Look at Scarlett Johansson. That is what you don't do. Don't give the middle finger to the people that made you who you are. Don't do it.
Oh, she's doing it.
Like, hey, bro. So Konami and Kojima, I feel like they're in a better position to come to the table and shake hands and put it behind them compared to Scarlett Johansson and Disney, because you already had a movie where you killed her character off and you already hired a replacement. So exactly, you killed her.
Konami and Kojima.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, they did to you behind the scenes because Spartan God knows shit that we don't. But as far as JayTech not taking L's publicly and waiting for a public confirmation, they didn't. To me, they didn't. I'm waiting for a public confirmation. Then I can go along and agree with you. But right now, I got no facts. And if somebody in the chat says, how do you know they fucking buried the hatchet? I'm going to say, I don't fucking know. Because I don't.
Been good since the day Death Stranding came out.
I don't know about it. Maybe Death Stranding director's cut, but not the old one.
No, I'm being Kojima things like for a while.
To you, but if somebody in the chat right now asks you for a source, can you prove it? Can you prove it with visual? Like,
I mean, can I link them?
Have you saw them out on lunch? Have you saw them come to Sony's building, shake hands, and if we said Gorilla and Kojima are fucking around, nobody would have believed us if we never saw Herman and Kojima out in bars and shit.
Can I ask you something?
What?
Do you remember when Death Stranding launched and they did that little picture of Kojima in the front cheesing mad hard and then the staff all behind him in a little cubicle? Look to the left side and then look at the staff that launched when Metal Gear 4 came out. See if you see familiar faces.
Come on, bro. We're talking about recently.
There's go your proof right here.
Look,
staff.
That's why we started out where I was saying I believe that they're working together. Because they're all Japanese. They have a long history together. Sony, Kojima, Konami made the most money when they were together. They didn't make a lot of money when they were spread apart. When Konami was trying to flirt with Xbox and get these idiots to buy a stealth game. No, they didn't make a lot of money when they were doing stupid shit like that. They made money when the games were exclusive to PlayStation. Actually, a lot of people did. They don't want to admit it because they're too proud. It's hard to go back. But it's not no fanboy shit or PlayStation gamer shit. Go back and look at the record books. Even the first 3 Crash Bandicoot games sold way better than any of the other ones to follow. Same shit happened with Spyro the Dragon. People make a lot of money when you were exclusive, man.
When the games were exclusive, they were making more money.
Oh, hey, man, that's just a fact, man. Y'all can try to prove me wrong, but name a Crash Bandicoot that wasn't exclusive to PlayStation or didn't play off of that nostalgia of games that were first released on PlayStation and made a lot of fucking money.
In fact, even when it was released, even when it came back and it was re-released, it still sold better on PlayStation. It's considered a PlayStation exclusive.
And then launched on Switch. And Switch niggas love that game. And guess what? Crash Insane Trilogy sold the most on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And you know what, though? You want to know what's funny, Spartan? These idiots want that character, but they didn't go out and buy the game.
They didn't give a fuck.
But of course, why would you buy that game when that's not your real mascot? That's why I kept telling people, when what you see online, not us, what the developers and studios see online is not a real representation of what might happen. Just because somebody begging for your game doesn't mean they're going to go out and support it. Especially when it came to Nintendo. You had Mario Odyssey, Mario 3D World. You had a lot of Mario games released over the last 4 years. Why would they pick Crash over Mario? Why would they pick Spyro over Mario? They wouldn't. Because those are not their icons. Those are not their mascots. Never were.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Crash 4. Crash 4 launched on, right?
Yeah. I think that launched day and date everywhere.
Guess the second platform that game sold the most on.
What, Switch?
Xbox.
What?
Xbox.
Oh, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
The first Crash, I ain't gonna lie, because remember, from GameCube, Crash has been on the Xbox before. All 360 era, he was literally Xbox, if you really think about it. And then he came back with the action from PlayStation, and you saw how it resurrected people's knowledge of Crash and his wacky moves, the humping, the spinning, melee, and all of that shit. New Crash, but not like how they knew Crash with PlayStation. With multi-plat, people were like, oh, I don't know. Although Xbox dudes, believe it or not, they will support another mascot, believe it or not. And they will, like, for example, you see Returnal, right? This is simple. You see Returnal, right? I've seen Xbox dudes diss that game around and actually play it and like, oh, this shit is fire. Like, you'll see it. But yeah, Nintendo, I don't have no faith in Nintendo going after Konami because Nintendo's baby, when it comes to it, when it comes to Japan, it's two people.
But I'm pretty sure you remember when they were flirting with Nintendo, and that's not Konami. That was Square Enix.
Background noise.
Yeah, it was Square Enix and Konami. They were flirting with Nintendo. You guys remember that?
I remember.
Okay, so they put Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles on GameCube, and when it also during the GameCube, they also put Twin Snakes over there. That was Square Enix. That was Konami. They tried to reinvigorate the hype and the relationship between them. Because remember, these games, and I know people gonna be technical with it, but the one that we really know on the platform we really know did start on a Nintendo system. Was on another system before Nintendo, but we just gonna go with Nintendo because most people don't even know that other system unless you're a big nerd for Metal Gear. But yeah, so Metal Gear, not Solid, Metal Gear started on Nintendo. Final Fantasy 1 started on Nintendo. They let them go. They didn't see any value in it. They stopped their partnership.
You should ask the chat, do they know what the name of that system is?
They probably don't. I don't. And people have told me like 5 times. I still don't remember that shit.
It was released on PC.
Like a PC fucking? Yeah, it was a PC.
It was a PC. Yeah. MSX. And then it came to the NES.
But so Nintendo drops Konami and Square. PlayStation is there, picks them up, transform those games into something that we really love to this day. That's why they can work with Square and Konami. That's the only reason why. It's not Japanese. It's just you made the most money. You reintroduced people to a character that the other guys didn't think was interesting. And you made them popular. That's why it's such a fucking slap in the face that they got Crash. They got fucking Cloud Strife and fucking Snake. When PlayStation was the one that made them popular again. Yeah, in Smash Brothers. It was so fucking weird, bro.
But these companies are still thinking about money. The company's still thinking about money. So anything that's popular, they can have the characters attached to them. Remember how we said, if PlayStation All-Stars come back, it could be good marketing for the characters that come out in future games, right? Same way Super Smash Bros. Is popular as fuck. You telling me people not gonna recognize some characters and be like, oh, I'll use this character in Smash Bros. They're gonna end up getting the next game. I get it, but it was still dumb to me that they added Snake of all people.
Yeah, but see, that's why, like, I know Nintendo did it, and I know what we do. We talk about Nintendo as a blue ocean strategy, the little baby in the corner that doesn't really want to compete. But they take their shots. They take their
Trust me, they wanna
shots.
compete.
Yes, they do.
They want to compete, but they want to compete on a scale where they can be
Exactly. So that was a big shot, not only to get Cloud, but to get Sephiroth as well. Like that was a
It was
big
a little shade.
Yeah, that was a lot of shade. We can understand Snake because of Twin Snakes, but we were like, I was always scratching my head at the Final Fantasy representation in their game because they did have exclusive Final Fantasy characters, but none of those characters people knew.
Seven. I don't think Seven ever came to Nintendo though.
Until last gen when they remastered it.
Yeah, until last gen, obviously.
Yeah, but when they added Snake, there was no plans of Seven being on there, and Final Fantasy VII Remake had already been confirmed. That's why it was shade or taking shots. But they had the characters from Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, characters from 1, 2, and 3, and 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And then was there 5 or was 5 and 6 on PlayStation?
It was on PlayStation.
Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 was on PlayStation. So to be honest, if they needed any characters, it would have stopped at 4. But nobody know a lot of Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3, 4 characters. They know the characters from at least 6, 7, 8, 9, and onward.
Right.
But they wouldn't be able to get them because none of them at that time was released on a Nintendo system.
Nintendo better start playing with Sony like just a different Sony. Like Sony's getting back to the element. Like I'm
gonna be honest, they could still get a Cloud because why? The face of PlayStation, right? Well, sorry. The main console to play a Final Fantasy VII game is on PlayStation. Not only can you play the original that they remastered from the PC, you could play the new remake, and then you can play the PS5 version of the remake. So, if we ever had a fighting game or they wanted to partner up, they could easily partner up. Their relationship is like rock solid tight with them. Crash, same shit. They got a rock solid relationship with Activision, the same shit with
they should not let that partnership go. No.
I mean, after we saw what happened with the tournaments this weekend, I don't see them.
Honestly, yeah, I would just want to say that after what happened this weekend with Call of Duty, the finals, the tournaments,
they ain't. They haven't put out any press release. They haven't put out any statement, any of that shit saying that they rebuked them or they. Nah, man. And we would
exactly. and look and June, all of that whole problem with what you call it, the Call of Duty and all that, they still put up a tournament. They still put up, they still acknowledge that game.
Because you still gotta make money at the end of the day.
Y'all gotta keep in mind as well, even though they're not with Activision no more, look how much money Sony made Activision and Bungie with Destiny. Keep that in mind too. Like they had 2 shooters at one point. Remember, at one point, and you see Black Ops 3, if you see the helmets and shit for the niggas that you play in the single player, all of them shits came from Destiny.
Yep.
So it's not like Activision had to make money. I think they made the most money this gen than last gen, because even though Call of Duty was selling, right? Last gen, like it really sold. 360 really did its thing for Call of Duty and Halo and all that, right? It did. And a lot of the last gen, I think everybody made more money. Because now you not just had one multiplayer, one online service that was good. Xbox Live was better. Now you have PlayStation as well. Gather the numbers and keep the service up. You had Xbox already, so I think they're like, okay, PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, they made more money last gen. And it will be no different unless, and look at Warzone. Warzone is like a PlayStation thing.
Listen, as I said, that's the reason why they're in a situation right now. Microsoft is getting ready to release the game. That's still my statement.
I'm proud of Microsoft though, how they do it in 343, how they optimize Halo Infinite for every console. I gotta applaud them on that because it's actually excellent. It looks really good. And we're using VRS for the first time in one of the games, real shading. What I don't like though is the fact that Halo Infinite is 30 frames per second on every Xbox One, when Halo 5 was 60. I don't like. But It looks good actually. When you and I look better, it looks better than what we were seeing in the trailers. Looks good. But Jay, Tech, Truity,
Yeah, I'm here.
I want to ask you a question. Since we're talking about the rights, the games, right? Do you remember when
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft sold the rights all the way back to Remedy?
Yeah.
Do you think that would get another game? Because I do.
Yeah, I do.
I,
Listen. The reason why they wouldn't make another game is because Microsoft had the rights and they wouldn't let it go, and they didn't
but,
want to make another game. But with Microsoft giving the rights back, of they can get working on another game if they wanted to.
mhm.
So I do believe we'll eventually get another game.
Because I'm thinking about Silent Hill, and I'm like, another game that has that atmosphere would be Alan Wake's. And I know Sony and Remedy good, right? So I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't think it would just be Silent Hill that's a thing. I think you'll have games like Alan Wake and shit come back.
Hey,
Yeah.
if it comes back and then it's exclusive to PlayStation because of Remedy, the Sony partnering with Remedy, that will be that will be a blow to Microsoft because
Yeah.
they got rid of the IP.
No, because they got rid of publishing rights, so both of the games can come to PlayStation.
Yeah, exactly. So
Wait a
that would be
what happened? I missed something. What happened with the
I
publishing
said
rights?
I told
you
you, and I
didn't you didn't
asked
you didn't miss something.
Truity.
You
I
didn't
asked
miss anything.
Truity, since we were talking about rights, right? I asked
Hmm.
Truity, I was like, do you remember Jaytech when Remedy sold the rights to Alan Wake back to Microsoft sold it back to Remedy? And I asked him, do you think another game would be produced by Remedy? Because that's another type of atmosphere, horror, survival type game.
Yeah, and I said to be quite fair, yeah, because the only reason is that anything got stopped and it wouldn't go any further is because
Okay, I
Microsoft
guess we
wouldn't
got
make
our
another
first
game.
red alert of Monday.
Hmm?
VRR update is coming this December. This is confirmed by PS5. We
Yeah,
are
They
we
don't,
are
they
getting
don't, they don't need
the
that.
VRR. I
they
know
don't need it.
VR,
they don't
They
need a
don't
lot
need
of
it, but
shit,
here's the
but
thing.
we still go
Here's
report
the
it because
thing. No,
Xbox
because
fans said it wasn't
their TV
possible.
was their TV was promised it. That's why they're bringing it. They're bringing it because they said they won't bring it until the PS5 gets it. So
the funny thing is, their TVs
they
have
don't.
it. Sony just locked it.
Yeah. Obviously,
Their
it's a with
TVs
a lot.
have it fully. Like their TVs, people are starting to manufacture their TVs like monitors. They implemented monitor and lag free technology into the screen, especially Samsung and the
Yeah.
120 hertz mode. Like a lot of companies are doing that because they're seeing gaming is what TVs are being used for. So yeah, Sony has the shit in their TVs. I know they did. So when people was getting mad earlier this year at CES when they talk about Sony didn't allow VRL, I'm like, sure they did. Just that. Why would you put a feature on the TV and then the console can't take advantage of it? I have to make
Exactly.
sure it works properly.
Exactly.
But remember, they kept saying every feature they have to test the games, right?
What's
Hmm.
gonna be
They,
funny is in the first 12 months, all the buzzwords, all the things they said PlayStation couldn't do or wasn't gonna do, they
what you
have
say,
done it.
Jay?
I might have to take off this pop filter. Can you hear me, True Woody? Am I loud and clear?
Yeah, I can hear.
You
No, I
can
can hear
hear,
you.
but what you just said in the first 12 months, all the
Oh, and
buzzwords, and that's the last thing I heard.
okay, the first 12 months, right? We've been hearing all these buzzwords and things about PlayStation can't do this and they won't have this. Within the first 12 months, they've had updates and shit to make sure the PlayStation has it. So all the things that PlayStation was said to be slacking on or not have, if you're an Xbox fan and you've been using this as some sort of ammo, you're going to have to switch to games, and you still don't have
now.
You still don't have those.
They're doing that right now.
I know, but they still don't have those. They won't
Yeah,
have real games until December, November. And they're going to be demolished by every single other big game. Especially their breadwinner, which is, I know you're going to say it's Forza, but it's Halo. We wouldn't bring it back during the holiday season if you don't think it could do good.
They breadwinner is Halo. I won't say it's Forza because honestly, Forza.
I say Forza because people gonna spend way more money on Forza than
more time,
Halo.
right? Yeah. Okay, I believe that. But I think that's the title we should give Forza. Forza is not the breadwinner. It was last gen, right? But Forza is not the breadwinner of Xbox. It's the showcase of Xbox hardware. That's what it has become, like Gran Turismo was for PlayStation. They made it like that. Notice, Gran Turismo always been a showcase of a PlayStation console. It just became Sony. Other studios started to do it as well.
It's not a very big showcase.
Actually, it is. Because think about it. Name a Forza game that looks trash.
No, I'm not saying Forza looks trash. I'm talking about Forza Horizon 5. It's not the best showcase for the game, for the system.
It's not. Because
as of right now, True Witty, from any first party studio that's a console exclusive. It's the only one.
Yeah.
There has not been anything else. Not even Halo. And Halo is not coming out completed. So I gotta agree. Yeah. It's the showcase right now for the Xbox Series X as of right now within the first 12 months. Because they have not brought out anything.
But else. It's the fastest game. Because remember, they had the game every year. Except for when they took the hiatus. Just remember, we had Forza Horizon 4, which looks fantastic.
Well, let me ask you a question, though. We talked about why they were taking a hiatus. We were like, okay, the reinvented Forza Motorsport is going to be delayed. It's not coming in this year. Then we get the Horizon confirmation. They could have brought this one out last year.
No, because it would have just been like a Forza. Okay, so y'all know as a so-called simulator, Forza Motorsport, it's easy to because you're just driving around, it's easy to have that game just be native 4K, 60 or 120, right? They want to show you that their console is powerful enough. So what they did was they went for the Forza that would be the most demanding because it's an open world game. So when they got native 4K in that game, even though it's 30 frames, it's open world. So what they did was they went to showcase that part. It's all about, bragging rights. Think about it. If you have an open world racing game that's native 4K, that's impressive, right? Even if it's 30 frames. That's impressive. So that's what Microsoft did. That's why they took the break. Remember, when the One X came out, they had Forza Motorsport 7 against Gran Turismo Sport. It was native 4K completely. There was no dynamic. And it was a rock solid 60, right? The fact that you had a native 4K game.
Yeah, but why couldn't the cars alone, only the cars, be ray traced? It's bad enough that the game. It's bad enough that, huh?
In Forza Horizon 5?
Yeah, it's bad. No, what I'm saying is that it's bad enough that the game is in 30 frames. Why couldn't they ray trace the game?
I think because since open world that would use too much resources, and I think they would have to drop the resolution of that or make it a dynamic. And that would look bad because then you have other games out there that are not open world, but think about Need for Speed. The one in 2015, around that time. That shit was native 4K.
Okay, look at this then.
On the One X.
But look at this. In Sonic Spider-Man Miles Morales is 4K 60 and it's open world. So why can't Forza be 4K 60 since it doesn't have ray tracing?
I don't know, honestly.
Because it's a different type of open world. That's why. It's a different type. Spider-Man, let's say you're going higher, right? You can go higher than Forza unless they add planes or some shit to their game. But on theirs that more like Grand Theft Auto open world where it's much wider. But
Jordy, it's more active. Remember, AI rendering and everything. So
okay, True Witty, what was you saying? You can do something on something too. What was you about to say?
No, I was just saying that you can also run on the ground as well. So it's not like I'm
not talking about. Okay, let me explain it better. It's more condensed. It's a city. You only have a certain part of New York where you have access to. You can't go to Staten Island. You can't go to Statue of Liberty. Now, if you could, it will be on a bigger scale than whatever map or maps that you're accessing on Forza, right? So
To be honest
Forza,
with you, I ain't trying to cut you off, Jay, but to be honest, you know what I think it is, Jay?
Okay.
I don't think the developers have been tested, Jay.
which ones?
What up, Yellow?
Turn 10. What up, Jay? Turn 10, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, it's look.
No, Playground did the Forza
I
Horizon.
mean,
but, like,
not Turn 10. I'm sorry, Playground. Yeah, you're right. You guys talking about Horizon?
Well, I mean, that name is Playground.
Yeah,
Their name is Playground. They're just playing around at this point, man. Like they don't look. They making a car game. You don't really expect much. Make the cars shiny. Make sure it looks a little realistic. Put your favorite brands in there, and then maybe have some maps in there, some water and dirt, and then you pretty much satisfy the Xbox fans. They're not hard to satisfy. Look at these guys. They're playing against bots on Halo Infinite technical tests, and these guys are fucking having a ball. They really don't care at this point what they get. So I understand it is fun for PlayStation gamers to point out what their system can't do, even though they have 12 teraflops. But you have to realize their game developers, their studios are only trying to satisfy them, and they don't have to work that hard to do so.
Yeah, actually, JayTech pretty much said it. They're not trying to go above and beyond. They're trying to just be okay. Like, when you're just comfortable and it's like, all right, they're like this. The buzzword. When PlayStation, they don't care about that. They want their shit to be remembered that it had this.
No. I have a reason why. Maybe it's because they're not selling the game. That's probably why.
Well, that will be
JayTech said that shit.
Because that's expensive. That's expensive. Shit. Yeah, I did say that. Like
Jay said that shit. I remember when the Forza shit first dropped, and he was talking about the car specs and the prices. He said that shit. The reason they're not going as hard as they should is because they're not selling the game. They're basically renting it. Damn, Jay. See, that was a month ago.
So we got our red alert for today for just verified shit is PlayStation Now. We got a pretty damn good PlayStation Now. Now, fuck Undertale. I still think that game is dirt. But they're giving us Undertale for PlayStation Now. This is where it gets much better. Ghost Runner is coming to PlayStation Now, as well as Nier Automata.
Ghost Runner is coming?
Yep, Ghost Runner and Nier Automata are coming to PlayStation Now. No, these are PlayStation Now games, so they're gonna be PS4 games.
Okay, I might have to resubscribe.
So Nier Automata, the other two are gonna stay, but Nier Automata is the one that's coming, but it will leave. It will leave on November 1st.
Yeah, but wasn't Ghost Runner recently released?
Yes, it was it was recently released.
And Sony got it.
No. Let me I want to be honest with this. Hold on, True Woody. Hold on. Ghost Runner's PS5 update was recently released. Ghost Runner the game was released last year, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So even though it was released last year, that's still quick to be put in there permanently.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that is.
But really, is it really? Because it came out like almost 10 months ago. It came out October 27th, which is I can't really remember that. But
October 27th.
I can't really remember the fucking day.
I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I think I gotta agree with Spartan. It's not too new, but the update or the hype or it being in the news feed is very recent because it got the PS5 update. So people do remember Ghost Runner. I just want to read off something I heard from a PlayStation fan in response to this lineup. And I quote, "This is a better lineup than PlayStation Plus. I don't know if I like that. I think a lot of people that either have a PS4 and they're ignorant, or they don't have a PS4 and they're ignorant. They don't understand that when a game goes to PlayStation Now, you have the ability to download and play that. So there's no.
I don't think they know. I don't think they. Yeah,
they know that. But he's correct when he said it is better.
It is better. It is better. But I expected that.
I told you for a while back when they came to Xbox. I said y'all should be worried when Game Pass starts to get better games each month added than Xbox Live, Xbox Gold. Because then that will become their focus, right? Sony are starting to do that same thing. Remember, they said they're going to double down on PlayStation Now. PlayStation Plus already exists. That's already successful.
PlayStation Plus is already a bigger than Xbox Live.
It is. So I think Sony is trying to boast up now because think about it. If you have think about it. So Ghost Runner is the cyberpunk type game, right? It is.
Yeah.
You also have the game Cyberpunk that's back on the PlayStation Store. And then again, remember, you also Ghost Runner is going to stay. Keep in mind, I believe the current gen console versions of Cyberpunk is going to come out this year. So that's good as well to have Cyberpunk like games, like the Days X type of games. That would be good too to have in your subscription service because if you see a game that's not Cyberpunk, but it's a Cyberpunk like game, people are going to be like, people are going to gravitate to it.
They're gonna gravitate to it simply because it's a cyberpunk game, but it's not cyberpunk where they know that I know that this game ain't broken and shit.
That's why they did it.
But it also might backfire because they might also say, nigga, like we don't want nothing to do with a cyberpunk. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the thing. But keep in mind, some have done it before. They won't have the actual game, but they'll market a game that's like it. I'll give an example. Fortnite.
I'm pretty sure disbanded.
Hold on for a second. I'm getting a phone call.
Oh, you broke up. I don't know what happened.
I'm getting a phone call.
He's getting a phone call.
Okay.
So what's going? Jay, have you talked about this Silent Hill Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah, I want to talk about it some more. I just wanted to refresh the. All YouTube try to fuck up. Let me just. I'm on the right. So you can hear me, right? Yellow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going over to. I just want to go over to what's the name? Just make sure everything's good. Okay.
All right, I'm back. My bad. I got.
You can block them, bro. You can block. Never mind. I block them myself. We're not doing any of that.
So, Charity, I was saying like a game like Fortnite, right? Even though it's available on all platforms, really, it was marketed by PlayStation. You know why? Because they didn't have PUBG. So that was a battle royale game. So Sony pushed that. So Sony have done that before. You know, if they don't have the game or something or a feature or something like that, they'll market something that's like it. And it becomes more popular. Sony has a history of doing that.
They got something called 8-bit something on PlayStation now. It's like freaking Minecraft.
That's not the first time. Think about it. Sony markets like if you really think of Dragon Quest and all that shit, like that was just like Minecraft. If you really think about it, like which one? I think it was Builders. That was exactly.
Builders, yeah.
It was just like Minecraft. Look who pushed that. Sony, because they know like it looks just like Minecraft. It played like Minecraft, although it looks much better.
And they got that I believe a year or more timed exclusivity. And that was specifically because the people over there that make Dragon Quest they don't like Xbox. Now they put it didn't they put 11 over there when they remastered it for Switch and PlayStation 4 Pro and shit. So they did put it over there. I think it might have even appeared on Game Pass, but as far as the Xbox,
it is on Game Pass.
Okay, so it's on Game Pass. Xbox fans don't talk about it. I heard no hype, no buzz at all.
Dragon Quest Builders is also there too. We
got 2 Dragon Quest games on Game Pass. No buzz, no hype. I don't know if they want to just try to
talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know what the whole point is. I mean, yes, money is nice. It is very nice, but your whole point is to get people engaged in those games and buy them and want to give you money for those games. That's the traditional way that you stay afloat, right? In this very, very competitive business. So why would you give it away for free to a community that does not think much of you or your style of games?
Microsoft is. I guess what Microsoft is doing.
Fuck Microsoft. I'm not talking about Microsoft. I'm talking about the people that make Dragon Quest.
Microsoft have to buy those games to get onto Game Pass, but you gotta also realize that.
True Witty, I know how this goes. We're talking about the Japanese developers that made Dragon Quest. What is
Yes.
the end goal? You want to
End
get
goal is
people
to make money.
interested in Japanese RPGs, right? But if you give
Yes.
them the game for free through a Microsoft subscription service and they still don't play it or think highly of those Japanese RPGs, they now have ability to play for free. What was the whole point of doing it? All you got was money. You don't get a lifelong fan. You see how important that is? We talking about old games on a PlayStation Legion stream on a Monday because we are lifelong fans. They gave us amazing memories when we were younger that to this day we remember those games, and we are willing to buy the follow-up of these games day one without question because we are lifelong fans. Their experience transcended generations. Okay?
Yes.
Now, you gave them the game for free. They don't like it. They still don't like the genre. They don't respect you as a game developer. Did it work? Did it make sense?
Of course not.
There you go. That's all I'm asking. I know all the other shit. We already know Microsoft got that money. They gonna spread that shit. They put games on Game Pass to make the game's subscription service look attractive to people that don't want to buy into it. I understand that. But as far as when you got a Japanese developer that's giving them a genre of a game that they don't like already for free through the subscription service owned by Microsoft, produced that plan to buy Phil Spencer when he kept going to Japan. I understand all of that. But the end goal is the game to their liking, which is the answer is no, enough to make them a long-time fan that will have them buy the game? Also, answer no. So, in the grand scheme of things, y'all, both parties, Square Enix and the people that make Dragon Quest and Phil Spencer and Microsoft went through all this trouble, exchanged all this money just for the motherfucker you're trying your hardest to please does not take you seriously. They don't even play the fucking game. They don't even get halfway through it. We got the Ascent out this bitch. The Ascent just came out. Dragon Quest Builders and the 11 came out last year, right? Ascent is out, and there's fucking achievements that are easy as shit that only 20% of the people got. You gave another game away for free, and they're not even playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, let's be honest. On Netflix, there's a lot of trash on there. I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of trash I will never fucking watch. But I'm paying $11 a month for something like that. It is some stuff I am gonna watch, but there's very few things that I will watch. But the difference is they're getting paid big bucks to put their shit on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
If I even say that Microsoft is paying these smaller devs big bucks to put their shit on Game Pass, it will make me really scratch my head because you paying them a lot of money to put the game on Game Pass, but the end goal is different. On Netflix, you subscribe because you don't want to have get the movie on DVD, or it's not available on TV. So I can understand that. On Game Pass, however, you give them a discount to buy the game, and even after that discount is displayed to those individuals, they still go out of their way to not buy the game. The end goal is completely different from each of these subscription services.
Yeah.
But it's I feel like it's fallen short. I mean, your gamers didn't want to buy games anyway. That's why you made this service. So why I don't understand how certain developers are being tricked into putting their content on the service in order to see if you can get some of those idiots to buy your fucking games, when you already know they weren't buying your games before the service. So why would they buy the game after service?
Because it's the whole premise is they'll try it, they'll like it, they'll buy it. That's the whole premise of it. We know that they ain't gonna buy the game.
I mean,
but it's like
it's a
hope and a prayer. It's like a hope and a prayer. If they try it out, it's like a demo. If they try it out, they like it, they'll buy it. But the thing is, this demo is going on. It's a full game.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
And it's like, do you like this full meal at Red Lobster? You don't have to pay us. Just eat it and let us know if you like it. And then later on, if you feel that you liked it enough to come back around to give us the exact amount of money that it cost, then we will be grateful. Businesses can't stay open like that in the real world. Can they?
No.
It would be nice for the consumer though, wouldn't it? To just be able to pick out anything you fucking want. And just whenever you feel like you can pay.
You also got to put in perspective, Jay. They're not releasing good quality games in the real world. That's in Xbox's world.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm talking about the third party partners they trick into putting their content on there. Those motherfuckers ain't making that money.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably are, but at the end of the day, they're not making it as they could be.
Yeah, but in your own defense, those games don't stay on there permanently anyway, so I guess kind of doesn't matter. Kingdom Hearts was on there for a couple months. They took it off, and then they kept bitching about not being able to finish the story, but ain't nobody tell you to fucking get it off Game Pass if you think you was gonna be able to play through every Kingdom Hearts game before they took it off.
Nigga, if they're that stupid thing that
you can get the whole fucking collection for $20 on PlayStation, and I included 3, by the way. Like 3 is included in that collection. Every single Kingdom Hearts. Look, man.
They don't want to buy the game.
It's a sad case over there, man. I just say, how long can you keep this up? Because it don't make sense to me. And this is just a normal consumer. It's like, I know going to a store, if I don't got the money, I can't get that shit. But you're conditioning your fans to think of, oh, if I don't got the money, you're gonna give me whatever I fucking want anyway. Then you're running around.
They condition them, but they really are.
Huh?
So they're not just conditioning; they're actually physically doing that. So
yeah,
that's why it's
well, I mean, I say condition for the studios and developers that don't put their shit on Game Pass, but they're on Xbox. Those fans believe that game by default, because it's available on Xbox, will be on Game Pass. So they get upset at that developer that put their game also on Xbox for not putting it in Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
So they're entitled to not pay for shit.
And by that point, they boycott the game.
Mm-hmm. Because you ain't buying it. Scarlet Nexus, prime example. Scarlet Nexus. Anybody know how good that sold on Xbox? And they had the marketing.
Wait, it sold on Xbox?
No, it didn't. That's my point. Because they had the marketing, a lot of Xbox fans were spreading around that it was going to Game Pass, including Jeff Grubb.
Jeff Grubb, the insider for Xbox, and that never gets it right.
Turning into what's that other guy name? Not Jason Schreier. You know that other one? They got get shit all wrong. He came from the PS3 generation. We were talking about him the other week.
Jason Schreier?
Oh, not Jason Schreier. Damn it. He was right on the tip of my tongue, man. Well, fuck it. I can't remember his name. But he gets shit wrong all the time, too. Yeah, it's just weird. It's like they automatically assume that they're going to get everything because a couple things went to, a couple things went to Game Pass. It's sad.
How they thought Cyberpunk was going.
They're talking about that Dustin guy?
Oh, Dustin Laguerre.
Is that who you're talking about, Jay?
No.
Oh.
It's another guy. He's an older guy. He started getting a lot of shit wrong during the PS3 360 generation. Michael Patcher. There you go.
Oh, Michael Patcher is not. Yeah. It's not an inside. He's a freaking.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he's compared. I compare him to Jeff Grubb because Jeff Grubb is not a real insider. Oh. Yeah, just because you're a journalist does not automatically mean you're an insider. Especially if you're blacklisted by the majority of the industry, no one's gonna give you any inside information, so that status doesn't actually exist.
Jeff Scrub.
I mean, that's how I see that shit.
Scrubbing from the books, man. We don't like that, man.
I wish we could scrub his dumb ass from the books. Was Spider-Man Day. yesterday, so we got some statistics from Miles Morales about how many people swung and did this and did that. That was pretty dope. You already know the game sitting at 6.5 million copies sold in what, 8 months? That's pretty dope.
What's it?
Spider-Man Miles Morales.
6.5. But I heard Insomnia Ratchet and Clank only did one and returned to 500,000. That actually is not bad for the lack of consoles.
Yeah, and that's what people need to understand, because real, you will always get. We talked about this yesterday.
Six on the PlayStation 5. That's
no,
impressive.
6.5 combined.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah,
I'm sure
6.5 combined. Yeah, the majority are probably on PS5, but 6.5. Spider-Man is very hot. It's very, very, very hot. So you know, people gotta get that.
But that hasn't been a year yet. Keep in mind, Spider-Man 2018.
Yeah, so that shit might be at a 10
that
million.
Shit is over. That shit is over 20 billion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that came out almost 3 years ago, right? That's 3 years over 20 million, right? You have this approaching a third of that within half of the time. So that shows me that game is also on track to hit that number. Keep in mind, if PlayStation had stuff, do you really how much games are being selling right now? Like PS5 sold 10 million, and people say it's with scalpers and all that shit. Do you realize how many PlayStation consoles and games were sold right now if they didn't have this COVID shit? People said yesterday, I think the other day, JayTech said gaming wouldn't have been as popular if it wasn't for the pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have said that.
That's facts. That's facts.
But it's true because people had wanted to stay home. But keep in mind, before the pandemic, gaming was approaching to a point to where people started to spend an endless amount of money. Remember, at one point, Sony made more than Microsoft and Nintendo combined. And then they had the highest amount of profit and revenue ever in 2018 and 2019. So I can't really say that because PlayStation has been beating their own records recently. Now the road's open.
Sony always beats your own records, so like.
So to me, I don't think when people say that, I don't agree on it because honestly, gaming has always been more popular now. Just that people didn't have the money.
Spartan is on the move. He's running from Phil Spencer right now because you're fucking.
No, I'm going downstairs. So I'm going to pay bills.
Gonna go pay Phil Spencer bills. Game Pass ain't no money.
I have to pay for rent and utilities. So that's not my problem.
I pissed off the Xbox fans this morning by posting a picture of Halo next to Killzone again. And
God, man.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Imagine if they update that game to be full native 4K 60.
That's what's funny. It's 1080p 60, and it looks that good. And that's 1080p 60 on single player and now campaign. But yeah, you're right. If we can get 4K on that shit, bro, I feel like if Guerrilla gonna delay Horizon, they have to give their gamers a consolation prize, and that consolation prize would be finally giving us the 60 frames per second patch.
Yep.
For Horizon.
That's what I was thinking the other day, bro. I'm like, bro, they better do something.
I hope they delay it because I'm gonna start that fucking shit. I'm gonna start that damn campaign online, and I'm gonna say, okay, that's perfectly fine. How about a small group of y'all patch that shit? I kept telling people the PC patch was gonna be a reason why they would have to delay the game, and nobody believed me. They thought that the PC port had nothing to do with the sequel. But then in the same breath, people kept saying, oh, don't do the 60 frames because it'll affect them making the sequel. So how can them doing a 60 frames per second patch on the PS5 affect them putting out the sequel, but the PC port doesn't have any effect? This makes no sense.
Backwards.
We would have got our 60 patch.
What you say, Games for Eternal?
We would have, if they had Nixes back then, we would have definitely most likely got our 60 frames patch for PS5.
Yeah. Yeah, if their focus was not on PC, they would have had enough manpower and focus just to, like, again, Insomniac make this shit look easy, bro.
Yo, that's a fact, bro.
Like,
bro,
Insomniac, they got
I don't know what Insomniac is up to, bro, but they moving They moving like they made a 50 people in one person, bro. Like
Yeah,
I don't get.
they moving quick, man.
I don't know. They might be all Super Saiyans, bro. Like, just saying.
Oh, Super Saiyans.
So let's go back. A big red alert from my boy Yella, which has the original game boxes for Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill. Fucking big time legend right there with the classic Konami logo, the classic one. So with that being said, I'm gonna go and look at the chat, but let me go reply to Yella real quick. Okay. What's the percentage? Everybody drop a percentage of this being a reality. That PlayStation will be the house of Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill again. What's the percentage?
I'm doing something. I can't make that percentage.
Yo,
I will go ahead and say 100%. I will go to 100.
I'm gonna say 60-40. 60 that PlayStation will.
wait, what y'all talking about?
What's the percentage that PlayStation will actually announce? Or they're in a position to announce that they're gonna be the people bringing back Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill.
Who said 60-40?
Oh wait.
Games for
Who said 60-40?
Games for Eternity said
That was me. Yeah.
Me and you on the same time, man. 60-40. I agree. I honestly think Konami will make the announcement. No, Sony. Honestly,
But they would have to make it like the rumor says. You would have to make it at their event because you're not gonna get enough. You're not gonna get a good push if you say, "Hey, we're bringing back this and this," but then you're not at the PlayStation event, so people know who is helping you.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know how big the hype would be if that happens, though. The hype will be so big, bro. And PlayStation did this before. Like when they announced Death Stranding didn't even have a name, and Kojima was just on the couch with Andrew House. So all they have to do is announce that it's in the work, and people will go crazy.
What if it was in the works already and it's coming out later this year, and that's why they pushed the horizon?
Yeah, I mean,
that's a crazy possibility, and I highly doubt that because still,
I don't.
You want to know why? Because no matter how big Silent Hill is, no matter how big Metal Gear Solid is, they both could get stopped by this busy ass holiday unless everybody else move out the way.
What if it comes out tomorrow?
No, Metal Gear Solid is just as big.
You're just talking crazy right now, so I'm not even gonna fucking acknowledge you.
Because you mentioned the word collections earlier, and I'm like, okay, Kojima made all them games. What if they put all his games into a collection?
Well, they would have to get somebody to upgrade them.
This is not the first time I told you about collections. I also said to you a while back, we're going to end up getting every Japanese collection, like Devil May Cry and all them shits, Nier and all that, Kingdom Hearts, all on PlayStation, right? And what happened? The very next fucking day, they announced that shit.
What do you mean collection? Like a collection of games?
Like we have the series all on PlayStation. I said to you.
Okay.
Remember I said that earlier?
Yes.
I said that to you.
Well, I mean, Nier is temporary, so I can't like if that game stayed, but the other, Ghost Runner was the temporary, but Nier stayed, that would have been bigger. Ghost Runner is still good. I don't really care too much about Undertale, but it's a small game, so of course you just keep.
They want Nier to sell because that's a franchise they want to keep going.
But it's still a good push. I won't lie. It's still a good push for PlayStation to even get that game on PlayStation now. So that's pretty big. Look, they can announce it. Yes, tomorrow. Tuesday is the day. We're looking at. People should really look heavily at this week and next week. That's all I'm gonna say. Because it's August. If they squander empty weeks, the first 2 empty weeks of this new month, I would I would be as disappointed as I am right now, and and Herman and Jim Ryan, because
I mean,
you got empty weeks, bro. What else you gonna do?
It did announce that they were skipping Gamescom as well. So the last time they didn't go to Gamescom.
And look,
in
guess
August,
when
they announced-
Gamescom is? Guess when Gamescom is?
August is the end of this month.
Nope. Guess what the specific day is?
Wait, it's not the end of the month? When is it?
Yes. It is the end of the month, but what's the specific day?
August 23rd?
25th. The day right after Kenna would have came out. Kenna got delayed to the following month. Gamescom is the day after Kenna comes out. That's what people aren't seeing. Remember what I told you guys about news can get a gamer so excited they skip what they have now? Well, most Xbox fans were so excited about E3 that they stopped playing the games that they had. PlayStation fans would be doing the same thing. We literally just talked to Champion Wave, and he wants to be excited, but he doesn't want to complete or play the games he currently has. So even though Kenna,
PlayStation guy.
Yeah, even though Kenna is a big
back to Killzone.
Huh?
Have you circled back to Killzone Shadowfall? Honestly, Jay, based off this numbers I've seen for Halo Infinite multiplayer and the 120 mode, how it's like dynamic. It can be native 4K and drop to like 1400p. Seeing that will just tell me this: if it has bullet power for
Yeah, I killed Shaco by accident with my ultimate, and then canceled.
Did he just disappear?
No, I don't know. Phil Spencer might have kidnapped him, but yeah, OC Reed, I see you, man. I agree. PlayStation or Sony, they have to show something because come on, man. The two emptiest weeks of the month. You mean that you gotta be quiet? Because to be honest, if we look at today, if we just look at fucking today, and I'll go and let me go activate YouTube. What we looking at? And
I'm back. Oh,
okay.
Sorry, I got another phone call. I was saying, I think they could do that for Halo Infinite. Now, that's a new game. You're telling me the PS5 can enhance that old game to be 120 frames per second? Because honestly, if you think of Killzone, Shadowfall, it looks good, but imagine at 120 frames, it run more smoother. Even at 60, obviously, double the refresh rate. So I think that's what Sony should do. Even if they feel Killzone is a dead game, they say Guerrilla is working on a shooter, right? Imagine if they updated Killzone Shadowfall and announced that, people will start to think, are we getting a new Killzone? That'll be a perfect way to generate hype around Guerrilla games.
Let me say something. I want to say something, bro. I just feel right now that there's something weird I see.
With
Stray got a 4-minute and 33-second trailer 3 days ago, and it's currently sitting at 879,000 views.
Yeah, what's wrong with it? It got delayed.
Yeah, it got delayed, soft delay. But look at how many views it was able to generate.
Why are you shocked?
I'm not shocked. I think people need to understand, no matter what type of exclusive we receive, it will do numbers. Exclusives still sell. You don't want to fuck that up. That's why we're not getting the official confirmation of Uncharted 4 anytime soon until next year, because people will say your focus is so heavily on PC. That's one of the reasons we believe, as a fan base, you keep delaying your major games. And you don't want people to even...
4 days ago, that they confirmed that Nixus would be responsible for PC ports of the game, so...
They said the program is in its infancy. Which means they're not 100% on board with what they just said. Whenever somebody says this is in its infancy, it means, yeah, you just acquired them, but you still gotta get them acclimated to different studios, games that you want to port. And then once you do that, that information obviously will get leaked out. And once that information gets leaked out, depending on how many games that Nixus is actually working on to port to PC, let's say that you had that project in effect this week, right? you know how many people would leak out what games are actually going to PC? Now, if you were working with 5 different studios and there's 5 different exclusives from those studios, and at the same time there's a news break or a news leak that there are 5 PS4 games that are being ported to PC, PlayStation fans and fanboys are gonna look at that as a negative because they're a helper studio. They don't necessarily have to do PC ports. You could put them to do anything. So for a news leak to ever come out and say, hey, Nix's is working on, bro, who got that feedback, man? I can't even fucking hear myself. Is that you, Spartan?
No, I'm chilling.
What happened?
Games for Eternity, True Woody, where's the feedback coming from?
Nah, that's not me, bro.
Feedback for what?
If it's you, Spartan, I'm muting your ass for 8 minutes. I swear to God. I'm hearing feedback from someone, though. Background noise.
Background.
Background noise. I just heard people talking a while ago, but it wasn't me because nobody's around me. And there's no birds chirping. There's no cars.
Is that you, True Woody?
Yeah, it's around me.
Okay. So I'm going forward with this. You don't want a news leak that Nix's is responsible for 4 different PS4 PC ports. It's just not a good look. Because the more games you're putting on PC and that's announced for PC, people will start to think that your focus is not here, especially after so many games in a single year were delayed, whether we have a pandemic or not. Especially if you start the development of games going to PC. So it's just a perception, and it's the messaging. You don't want bad messaging.
Change. Things to change at the blink of an eye. Because think about it, they said crossplay was in its infancy when they first started, and then I'm
perfectly fine with them going forward with whatever they want as a company because I don't work for them and I don't make money off them, right? But you can't expect people to look lightly on this. This is something that somebody else did that spelled failure for that people, and those gamers, which are the main consumers, wanted certain games or certain quality games, and they didn't get it. And PlayStation fans looked at Xbox fans and told them the reason why you're not getting high quality games is because your company is so focused on another platform. We would be understanding, we all understand that that's how it would look for us. That the amount of games we get per year and the quality of games we get may shrink based on their focus somewhere else. Even if you brought a studio that works on PC ports. I'm pretty sure they're not. Are they 800 people over there in Nix's?
Nix's? No.
Okay. And 800 people are on Sumo Digital, right? Which is also a helper studio.
Yeah.
Okay. So they would have been a better fucking choice in my book, because at least I know when you buy them, their focus is gonna be on the platform that I have as a consumer that I want to continue to support.
You got to get over that.
Hey, I get over it, but that I know that the Sumo Digital deal is gone. But what I'm saying is, I'm not the only person that's gonna say, bro, you need to start focusing on consoles, stop fucking around with PC. I'm just saying it just like that. And you will see it. You will see it all across the internet. Why? Because you have so many delays in this year. If any project gets leaked out or confirmed by Nix's working on any PC port for older games based on a studio that has new games that they had to delay for the PS5 or 4, people will say, you need to stop focusing over there. And you understand how they had a almost unofficial interview where that information came out. They didn't say that in the United States interview. They didn't say that in the UK interview. This information about Nix's being acquired specifically for PC ports only came out in a Japanese interview. Most casual gamers don't know. They will be blindsided, but they won't be stupid. They understand that every announcement of a game going to PC and you're looking over at other games that are getting delays, you're going to put 2 and 2 together within the first minute. They should cover their own ass, but hey, like I said, I don't work for them. I'm not their president. I have no money in their stocks. But they might want to cover their own ass. If you're going to keep delaying games, you should not be announcing older ones on PC at the same fucking time or within the same time period. the same month, the same week, or the same season. That's something you shouldn't be doing. So, because there's so much shit that I just talked about, they need to have an event to talk about the next 6 months. No. Not the next 6 months. The next 6 months. The next 11 months or 8 months, 8 or 9 months. So, what do we got? We got August, September, October, November, December. So that's 5 months. So in the next 10 months need to be, planned out in front of us, not behind the scenes. They need to have an event where they 11. Say this is coming. Well, maybe 11. The next 11 months, because you got 5 months here and then 5 months there. That'll be January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah.
You know what's something weird though, Jay? When the PS4 came out, that little thing they did, like the little montage, it showed the roadmap actually for the whole generation. Because they had God of War in there, they had Crash in there, like a little secret to take them out the trash. Mm-hmm. We got every game in that trailer over the generation of the PS4. Sony didn't do that this time.
Yeah, that's why it's unknown.
I think that's smart, because you don't put on your ducks and
yeah, you don't want to put all your stuff out there. And I don't expect this event to be that, but again, to let people know what's going on, what do you plan to do, what you want to have out over the next 11 months, 5 months here, 6 months there. You want to do that. What I want them to do is, if you're gonna go and put games on PC, if you're flirting around with PC, and PC fans know you're not there, they know they're not your main priority, you need to start including PC ports and announcements that games are on PC or are also available on PC in your events. Have they done that? Yes, they have.
No.
Like they what? Have. They have done that.
Oh, you mean like PlayStation?
Yes.
Like that?
Yes. Godfall. They did that. They do that at the end of every trailer in small print underneath the title. They say this game is on PlayStation and also available on PC. It's a small print because they don't want people to believe their focus is completely over there. If your focus is over there, if you brought a studio to make PC ports, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So you need to make sure the print is bigger, and you let people know in the beginning of the trailer, this game is on PlayStation and PC. Even if it's third party right now. But you have 2 first party games, or actually 3 first party games over there. That's Death Stranding, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Days Gone. You gave them the basic versions? Yes, you did. You did not give them director's cuts? No, you didn't. When Jim Ryan talked about director's cuts, or Herman talked about director's cut, he said director's cuts with an S, plural. I believe there's a third one, and we don't have it yet. It hasn't been announced yet.
Horizon.
And I think it's Horizon.
That's what I said to y'all. Literally, the other day. I said that would be the game they're going to give the enhancements with and everything. For Frozen Wilds and all that shit. I think that shit is going to come out this year. Because think about it.
Ghost, but it's still people are still going to be upset. Why are people going to be upset? Because you have given the game away for free, the complete edition. It's also available on PlayStation now. Then you hyped up Aloy and multiple different video game collaborations all through the year, but it wasn't heavy enough. The commercials, the trailers weren't heavy enough to make me believe the game was still coming out this year, since you forego the July event and we're in the second day of August and you haven't done anything. Andrew Wilkins with the $2 super chat. Jay, are you or anywhere here in the beta? I am. No, I'm not in the PlayStation 5 software beta. I've signed up 3 times. I've been checking my email ever since. I want to. I check back on my history on my emails. I was included in the PS4 one, but not in this one. Caleb Kaiser, you $5 super chat. Stray is greater than Kenna. Because everybody loves cats. And I'm convinced that Stray, and it looks beautiful, don't get me wrong. The trailer was really well done, but everybody loves cats. Like, PlayStation is so smart. They got a cat game, bro. And then Ghost of Tsushima made sure they had cats. They could have had any other wild animal, but they made sure they had a cat in that game. Everybody loves cats. Really smart on the marketing for the game, and then Ghost of Tsushima adding that animal. So that was pretty smart. Everybody loves cats, man. I think Kenna's gonna be alright, but you gotta make sure you bring that game out. You cannot keep delaying any more games. There's like the only other game I accept in the delay is Deathloop, because I feel like that game doesn't fit anywhere. Most people don't even talk about that shit. I only talk about that because it's my job to know this shit. And Deathloop looks like it's a good graphical first-person shooter, but that's pretty much about it. You don't hear everybody and their mother talking about how hyped they are for that game. You know, I hear Boca Loca talk about it, but I don't hear many other people talk about how excited. Oh, what's going on? No Cap Podcast, Sick Humor, what's going on? Exactly, man. We got like 66 people in here. Nobody hitting the like button. I got the red alert up there too, man.
Oh, No Cap Podcast. Yo, what up, Monday yet?
Let me see.
Yo, Sick, you gotta tell me how to get on your podcast, cause I'm not on Twitter no more, and I don't know, you don't do the Discord shit. At least I'm not added to it. So there haven't been on the Sick Humor podcast. Yo, Jay, guess how long I haven't been on the Sick Humor podcast?
What happened?
13 months.
Oh, you said the last time he was. God damn.
Yeah,
Really?
I haven't been on Sick Humor. Yeah, remember I left Twitter, and that's where his link used to be. So I've been on that shit. Well, actually, wait, not 13. I left Twitter in January of last year. This August, so it would be 18 months. I've been on that podcast with Sick.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but I see that PlayStation has regained its relationship status with games that made them popular and games PlayStation made popular during the PS1 and PS2. Again, they don't like to mention the PS3. It's so bad. They don't fucking do anything with that. But they lost a lot of partnerships, you know, Devil May Cry and Final Fantasy and Metal Gear, and they just lost a lot. They weren't able to keep any of these games exclusive or even get timed exclusivity for these games. But with the PS4 and now with the PS5, they're in the good graces of some of their most popular partners.
I think actually the partners are in the good graces of Sony. I think it's the other way around. Because remember, when Sony hold a grudge, I told you, man, like Japanese hold a grudge, that shit is there. But like Nintendo, I'm just telling you, they still hold a grudge against Sony.
So, and I'm pretty sure Sony holds a grudge against Nintendo. Remember,
exactly.
I don't think so.
What?
Why not?
The whole identity of PlayStation is because Nintendo fucked them over at the Consumer Electronics Show in front of everybody.
But you'll see multiple PlayStation execs and Sony applaud Nintendo. You'll never see Nintendo big up Sony.
No,
you'll never see that. But
look, Nintendo could only be madder at Sony than Sony is mad at Nintendo because Sony profited off of their revenge already. They don't have a reason to have a grudge now. But as far as Nintendo, they did not profit off of pissing PlayStation off and giving them the middle finger in front of the whole world. What, in the early 90s?
That's Nintendo.
And the funny, you know what the funny thing is? Eventually, they wanted an add-on for the system, and the funny thing is that this format they used for most of the shit going forward was made literally by Sony and Philips still. So they went with Philips, and Sony still profited off of it because they made the format with Philips. So you said,
and that's
Sony was going with Philips, but Sony was already working with Philips.
But this is what people need to understand. This is why they never allowed DVD compatibility with any Nintendo system, because they did not want Sony to fully profit off of it. You can't play a single DVD on any Nintendo system. Now, the closest one you had was the Wii, right? The Wii and the Wii U, which had like almost CDs, disc. But to the best of my knowledge, you could never play movies on those. It still baffles me how Nintendo just They were in their feelings, bro.
They don't improve, and I don't like Nintendo for that. They don't.
I believe
Go
Spartan's
forward.
right though. Like if they were to improve, they would have to pay Sony a lot of money because they would be using their technology, whether they
Because
like
Sony
to or
owns-
not. Exactly.
Because Sony owns a lot of the bigger software.
Yeah, they
And
they,
Sony
they
owns
were
a
the
lot
people that
in
made
Japan.
Blu-ray and
Yeah, they would have to pay Sony.
That ain't the only
But that's
thing.
their fault.
Like keep in mind, Sony could be petty as no. Remember, what's something that's really besides gameplay, right? What's something Nintendo games are really known for? Let's see if people know it.
So hold on. What did you say? Say that again.
I said besides the gameplay, like having good gameplay, what are a lot of Nintendo games known for? Like the first Super Mario game in 1985. What's some of the classic thing about that game? Let me see. It's a field Sony is in besides gaming. That should be the easiest.
I don't know. And I don't got a lot of time,
music.
so you gotta.
Oh,
yeah.
Music.
Oh, okay.
Sony owns
Keep in mind,
Yeah, because the music chip, with the Super NES. I remember.
And the funny thing is, Nintendo still uses that shit to this day. And every single device they have, including their handhelds. And you know who made that?
But
Sony made it. Sony made it.
fucking dope. I like.
The funny thing is the
Hey,
NES, the upgrade they got, the Famicom, when they did the Super NES, the chip that they had
Yeah.
for the audio and sound, and they support for the bits from 8 bits, 16 bits. Who made it? Sony did. And the funny thing, it wasn't Sony, just a Sony Music Entertainment.
I
Which
mean,
branch
well,
of Sony produces games for the Switch?
I think though, if we
Sony
really
Music.
if we think about this, their hatred. I think I got to revise my statement because I said PlayStation would have a reason to be upset, but you can't be upset if your revenge
You're
was
making money.
successful. No, you got revenge on Nintendo during the first PlayStation, and then you just surpassed them. So you didn't have a reason to be upset or do anything. No, Nintendo did because they lost 2 generations back to back after they were the ones that literally created you. You got shitted on by big margins too, by the way.
Hey,
Remember.
they must be pissed as hell though. They must be real pissed as hell because guess what? You got to realize, even though as you said, Jay, they created Sony. They also are the reason why Sony.
They created PlayStation, but yeah,
PlayStation. Sorry, yeah.
PlayStation. They did create the PlayStation. The thing is, Nintendo. The reason for that was the Nintendo system. The bad part is, they not only fucked over Sony, right? They not only just fucked over Sony with the add-ons. They fucked over developers who were not able to make bigger and better games and make more money. What Sony did was they leveraged the technology they made, and they were able to enable developers to make more games and make more money.
I got some more WWE news, and
Fuck the WWE, man.
No. It gets this one's
Is it the
crazy.
Bray Wyatt shit?
Nope. Ric Flair has been released from the WWE.
What?
You lying?
No, I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
They ain't that stupid. No. They ain't that stupid.
Okay.
Ric Flair.
I need money, so how about y'all both bet me $5? No, bet me $5.
Oh shit!
You know what? I see WWE doing that shit. Hold on.
It's real.
But it's real?
Yes,
Man,
it's
we
real.
looked it up.
I put it. No, you don't gotta look it up. I put it in the red alerts. I will help you out. I will put it in the red alerts just for you.
Ric Flair asked for this release.
And they gave it to
What
him.
are WWE doing?
That was a Ric Flair decision.
Yeah, but why do you think he want to be released? They just stripped his daughter from the fucking title, bro. They fucked his daughter over.
Yeah.
But his daughter is the fucking champion now. How many times? Like, come on. And he asked for his release?
Yeah, but his daughter's actually going after the title again though. Like,
I think
Really?
I think we got a new PlayStation indie studio partner.
What was it? The name? And where they from? Because I may know them.
The name is Spartan God from New York City, California. Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
No, it's not you.
Smart
This is what it is. Carson Kelly Games, which I had just saw them in the news this weekend,
I don't know them.
is LLC joins PlayStation partners.
Wait, what's
It's
the
a
name?
small- it's a-
Caution Games?
Yeah, it's
Well,
a brand new.
Are they in
indie-
LA? Are they based out of LA?
No. Not that I know. Hold on.
Are they
think-
based out
I
of LA?
I think they are, but I can't. I don't know.
Because no, it's not. Are they based out of California? 'Cause I know Carson City is in California, and I know they card games is the thing for them. So I might know them a bit more than I thought. Yeah, I know a lot of people in the industry. I don't know if y'all know that by now. But I don't claim to be no insider, because why would I do that?
I don't know where they're from, and I just don't have enough time to go do the research. But I think they might be from California. They're a brand new studio. They are Carson Kelly Games. I don't know. Uprising Home Blogs. No, I don't know. They don't have it on their website where they're located. So
Observation.
does anybody know?
Games for PlayStation. Oh, PlayStation. Oh yeah, that is a new studio.
Yeah,
This
so
is
they
the
got another small partner. Yeah.
You heard what they said? They said on Twitter, in the blog, I clearly say this is a third-party partnership and not exclusive. Please do not think we're part of PlayStation Studios. This is a third-party partnership. They made sure to tell the ass
Exactly, because people be fucking going crazy. You know how these journalists are. That's dope though.
They knew it. He already telling y'all about yourself. Yo, they niggas really released Ric Flair. Like,
yeah, that is,
I'm
bro.
looking at it.
All I'm gonna say right now is it's just Vince McMahon is just a dumbass. Like, it's no ifs, ands, or buts. He doesn't know value at all. Like, he knows no type of value at this point. We got 71 people here, but I gotta go to work and make some money. I cannot be off today because we're already short staffed. But I want to thank everybody for dropping on by. You can hit that like on the way out. The 69 of you guys. I know all of you have not hit the like. So you might as well hit that like on the way out. We'll be live tomorrow. Tuesday is a official business day when it comes from PlayStation and news. I would not expect them to fucking be silent tomorrow. They have not actually released anything. They are obligated to tell you what games are coming out in August for PlayStation Now. So don't think that is something about them speaking. They do that all the fucking time. We're waiting for them to actually say something of substance. So again, our business day for news has not ended, but we will see. We will see.
Next release Ric Flair. Wow, that's funny.
That's the dumbest shit.
Oh, I know where he going.
Yeah, we already.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you got to remember, Andrade is his son-in-law.
Girl, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And then what happened? They just fucked over his daughter.
Hold on. Andrade is his son-in-law?
Yes,
Yeah,
because Andrade is in a relationship with his daughter Charlotte.
Okay.
And because Andrade went to AEW while Charlotte was still wrestling, they stripped Charlotte from the belt. And then the next thing that happens after Charlotte is stripped from the belt unfairly, they release Ric Flair, or Ric Flair asks for his release.
Yeah, but Charlotte's going after the Charlotte's going back after the that
She's not gonna
championship.
win.
I'm gonna tell you right
She's
now.
not going to win.
Yeah, she's not gonna
Yeah,
win,
I
and
know.
something gonna happen, and she gonna leave, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Your
I
father
know.
leaves. Your father leaves
You
the
know what's
company,
funny?
and your husband leaves the company. You gonna leave too.
But Jay, this is not the first time we have a relationship.
Oh.
Remember Zelina Vega?
Exactly.
She was Alice.
But then she came back. Yes, then she came back.
But she came back because they knew better. They like, oh shit.
Because, bro, I'm gonna tell you, if they let a husband and wife leave, bro, you got two halves of fan bases that'll leave too. Like, you'll lose a lot of people if you let the husband or the boyfriend and the girlfriend leave.
If you let Charlotte leave, you have lost a lot of fans, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
and the same thing with Vega, you gonna lose a lot of fans with her too, because you got
Charlotte put people in the seats.
Yeah, you gotta lose them. And then because the girlfriend and the boyfriend, or the husband and the wife, are left and went somewhere else, they might have the more creative freedom to do what they really wanted to do to get more people's eyes on whatever show they're a part of. Kind of like Cody Rhodes and his girlfriend or wife. You see how they popped up when they had the freedom. Look what they did. They created AEW when they had the freedom to do what they wanted, bro. Come on, bro. They let Billy Gunn and his sons wrestle together. WWE would have never pushed that. Because they let him go. They thought he was old. They let him go. And look how great Billy Gunn looks with his sons, bro. That means you brought 2 new wrestlers into the wrestling industry under somebody else's brand. You fucked that opportunity over. I'm telling you.
I think that's why they pushed Ray and his son now.
Exactly. And this is what we talked about earlier today with Konami and Kojima. You don't want to burn your bridges. Same shit with Scarlett Johansson suing Disney. You don't want to burn your long-term bridges. Because you can never get that shit back.
Nigga, go to work.
Okay, Spartan, go to work for me, man. Just, get some brown paint and get a haircut and just, fill in for me. Wear some red and black, and they won't even know it's not me.
What? What the fuck? Wait, you a hitman, bro?
Yeah. I'm a hitman.
Y'all knew it, bro. So
I'm out. Y'all can hit that like button on y'all way out. Have a great Monday, even though I don't hate this. Man, Monday sucks.